Fijian journalist says she felt intimidated and threatened after being prevented from doing her job by Chinese security officials during the foreign minister's visit to Suva.
It comes as reporters in Tonga, where Wang Yi's just landed, say they too are getting little information. Pacific Affairs correspondent Michael Morrah has the story.
Wang Yi has spoken repeatedly about mutual respect, but that hasn't extended to reporters trying to cover his trip. Lice Monovo, who's been a journalist for 15 years, says she and her colleague were forcibly removed from a meeting room under the orders of the Chinese.
We protested loudly and we were then removed, and it was a very intimidating and threatening experience.
She says another journalist colleague also had problems after trying to ask questions at the press conference.
He was restrained until I stood between them and told them to let go.
He has a right to know what's going on. And the removal of media and so on from covering and projecting those discussions to the public is obviously inappropriate.
And in Tonga today, journalists were also tightly controlled.
There's only a few medias that was advised and have approval to be here.
With the details of what China hopes to achieve in the kingdom kept a secret.
There was no press release from the Prime Minister's office or from the government.
China's secured multiple bilateral deals, but getting region-wide cooperation on police training, trade, fishing and cybersecurity, issues outlined in China's leaked Common Vision Plan, has been rejected for now. Not all 10 Pacific nations targeted want to sign up.
But there are some, of course, there are some concerns on some specific issues.
China's foreign minister said China's activity in the Pacific has been happening for years. Wang Yi says don't be too anxious and don't be too nervous. And Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern referred to China's tour as a routine diplomatic engagement.
What is happening right now is not new. Perhaps the pace has picked up and the engagement has picked up, but it is not new.
But researchers think very differently.
The tour from China's foreign minister is unprecedented. We have never seen this before in the Pacific Islands region, and Australia and New Zealand and the United States are right to be concerned about it.
China is moving at speed, and it seems to be moving in a direction that perhaps is different to its traditional stance.
Moving at speed and in the absence of any real counter moves from New Zealand.
Kia ora, Michael. So do we know which countries blocked the regional deal from going ahead?
Yes, so we know that Samoa's Prime Minister Fairmere Mataafa has indicated that everything was a bit too rushed and that more time was needed to consider the implications of such an extensive plan. And Niue also wanted more time. But it's important to point out, guys, that China has certainly not given up and says negotiations will continue to try and get regional agreement. The Foreign Minister of China is currently in Tonga signing bilateral deals there. And next on the stop will be Vanuatu, so plenty more to come here.
And I'm sure you'll be across it, Michael. Thank you.